Boop. Alright, the things have been booped. Alright, I'm a little late, aren't I? Just a smidge. Oh, we're one follower away from 1400. Wow. That's cool. That's really cool, actually. I didn't know we were that close. Hello, Swiftu. How's it going? I'm gonna submit my taxes here before we get too deep into things. And then I'm gonna paste the YouTube link into Discord. And I'm gonna make sure that those announcements get published to anybody that's following the announcements channel. My mouse is actually about to die. This is really bad. My poor computer mouse. It is, I think it's about to die. It's not, I don't know how to explain it other than it feels like it's dragging a little bit. You know, tell them how old it is. My mouse is 7 years old. It's going to be 8 this year. It's lasted me a good while, and I really want it to last me a little longer. I really, really, really want it to last me a little longer, because I need it to last me longer, is the truth. I don't know what else to do outside of this. Like, if I lose my mouse, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll find out, I guess. Okay, so what we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be working on some lovely things that I just can't get enough of. The tree. The tree. The tree that we all love so dearly. We're gonna work on it some more. But when I'm bored of the tree, instead of ending stream, or if I get really, really hot, I had my window open already, and I've had it open for a little bit to kind of help keep things cool. But when I get bored of the tree, I'm gonna take a small break, and we're gonna start working on the pathways. Because over here, this ugly house right here, and all these blocks around it, need hooked up with pathways. So that ugly house needs hooked up to this slightly less ugly house, and that slightly less ugly house needs hooked up to this actually somewhat decent house up here. And then up here, this slightly decent house needs hooked up to there. I need to do all the pathways, and so I'll probably do a little bit of work on those today if I can. Let's see. Sammy, it's good to see you. How's it going, dude? How you feeling? It's good to see you. Cozy, congrats on grabbing first. Swifty, thank you for submitting your taxes. Appreciate it. Sammy, thank you for submitting your taxes. Rizzler, Swifty, that's crazy. Did your operation go well, Swifto? Hi, King, nice to meet you. Just passed it through to pay my taxes. Check DMs, please. I'll check them out. Thank you for submitting your taxes. Appreciate it. I'm not gonna read that on stream, but Sloth, that is amazing. And in case you're not in stream right now, I'm just gonna reply to that with That's beautiful. I am getting somebody knocking on my door, I think. Give me a second. Oh. Thank you. Can you bring a bowl? Thank you. Guys, my mom brought ice cream. It's very messy, so she's bringing me a bowl. It's really good, though. Poriah, welcome on in. Cozy, I'm sorry to disappoint you. What did I disappoint you with? Can you explain? Is it because I'm late? I'm sorry. It's really, really good, though. Really good ice cream. It's just really, really messy. You just gotta be careful not to get it on my floor, because it'll never come clean. Okay, we're gonna put that in the bowl. Okay. I already messed up. There's ice. Let me go get, like, something. When in doubt, use socks. Am I right? I can't leave. I'm trapped here. I'm bound to this location. Good night, Sloth. Thanks for popping in, though. It was good seeing you. Esteban, welcome on in. I got a new phone and forgot my password for ages. Oh, no worries, dude. No worries. I have an old King Regnog artifact here with me, actually. Do you guys want to see it? It's very, very ancient. It goes back to my first 12-hour stream. Way back when, like 3 years ago. Where was my picture of your Waffle Wednesday waffles? I didn't eat waffles on Waffle Wednesday. I apologize. I'll make it up to you, okay? I'll post a picture of waffles tomorrow. And then I'll post them on Sunday, too. I'll eat waffles twice in a row. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it, Elisine. I appreciate that. You're amazing. You're amazing. Thank you for being here. Hello, Coral. Hello, Al. Welcome on in. Okay, so this... You guys want to know my random King Regnog artifact that I found in my closet? It's a sock. And it's not just any sock. This is a sock where I was putting your guys' names on it for winning certain challenges, and so we've got 2 names on here. The Unreal Elements, which is Unreal, who then became Unreal Elements. And then we got Omer on Crack, who is not with us anymore. I say that like he's dead. I don't know what happened to Omer. He just kind of disappeared off the face of the earth. But this is an artifact. It's going to be worth millions one day, okay? Millions, I tell you. I'm going to try to contain this ice cream mess that I've got. Give me, like, 1 second, okay? This is messy. I wonder if I could pour it into the bowl. I don't know. That might be a bad idea. The IRS is still happening? I know. It's atrocious, really. Hello, Priscilla. Welcome back. Are you a waiter? I am not. No. Did I tell you? I did tell you guys about that, yeah. To just catch you guys up. For those of you who may have not been there. The waitress at Cracker Barrel was flirting with me and offered me a job because she thought I would work well there and that I'd fit in. I don't think I'm gonna apply. However, I may have to. Not because of her. I don't care about her, in all honesty. Okay, that's a little bit harsh. I just have no connection to her whatsoever. But, this is gonna be such a mess. I don't know what to do about that. It's fine. But, yeah, I do need a job, and I don't want to be a waiter. Like, desperately, I would love to avoid the food industry. Starbucks I can handle, because it's easy. But all these special requests, things where my handwriting actually matters, I don't think I can do it. The waffles are disappointed in you. I know, I need to atone for my sins. Didn't I come up with Waffle Wednesday? You did, Sammy. You did. Reg, I'm frankly disappointed again. No, what did I do? No. That reminds me when I was 15, one time I brought a pair of socks to my birthday party and asked everyone to sign it. That's amazing. That's amazing, Coral. If I ever go to TwitchCon, I want to do a thing where you guys could sign, like, something for me. And I'll sign your guys' stuff if you wanted me to, but I'd like to have, like, a shirt. I'll bring, like, a King Ragnog shirt. And then I will... I would also... It would be kind of full circle, honestly, to bring a sock. The other sock. This is the only one that's got names on it. I get the other sock, and I'll let you guys sign that, and then I'll wear them or something. I don't know. Okay. I am gonna have to focus on this ice cream just a little bit. It's going to cause issues in the bowl. Just really fast. Trims, you say? What are those? I wouldn't know anything about trims. Not at all. Regifer, where are thou trims? Oh no, it was still happening. I thought it died. What? Nope, it's still going, and that's more ice cream on the floor. Burberry Jerry, welcome on in. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I don't know what to do. This is really bad. It's really, really bad, but I don't know what to do. The man has arrived. Thank you for paying your taxes. I appreciate it. Silly voice. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes, please.
5 minutes, starting now.
Thank you very much. I said thank you.
It's cancelled. For how long?
5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
Respond to me when I talk to you, you darn machine. Hello, Paman, welcome on in. Message me just like in a little small second. Mark 5 King, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. That one's thou gifted you, Regifer. About that, I may or may not have misplaced those, and I don't know where they are. So, I'm just gonna pretend that I didn't read that. Don't look at me. There was a Priscilla on my other stream. Yes, Jerry. Would you like to show me something? I would love to show you something. Do you want to see something? I will show you the world. I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. It's not a Kermit the Frog song, but today it is because I said so. So here you have a mountain range. It is 100% placed by hand in vanilla survival mode. Here you have more mountain range, and wouldn't you know it, it is built 100% in survival mode by hand And up here, you have a temple, which is on a mountain range, and it is 100% built in survival by hand. And this is a Skulk Cave. Again, same conditions. Very, very nice. Do you know Pakistan? I'm aware of Pakistan. I'm sorry, that was really gross. Excuse me. Yes, I am aware of Pakistan, yes. Do you know Blueberry Jerry? I do. They are in my Twitch chat right now, actually. I am more than quite frankly disappointed in you. You stopped becoming Frank. Who have you become? Who have you become? I'm gonna torture like nearly the whole chat when Silly Voice is done. That's very concerning. That's very, very, very concerning. I really wish there was a smaller size of ice cream. I can't hear out of my right ear. I'm getting really old. And, my poor ears, they don't work like they used to. And unfortunately, oh my goodness. The ringing is really, really bad right now. I am not Muslim. Mark 5 King. I appreciate the offer, but, that's not for me. I'm on 2 accounts. I'm on my mom's Priscilla and on mine Blueberry Jerry. Ah, I gotcha. Well, thank you for popping in. I appreciate that. Thank you for the double support. Very much apprecited. I'm gonna torture nearly the whole chat when Silly Voice is done. That's concerning. That's very, very, very concerning. I see. Emote only. That's, scary. That is a little bit scary. Hello, Ben is on Twitch. Welcome on in. I see you are indeed on Twitch. I do not play Roblox, no. Hello, Nick. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. That is a very interesting name you have there. Okay, I can talk in my normal voice. Okay. I think I solved the ice cream emergency. I don't know. Can you play that guitar behind you? Yeah. Do you, you guys want to hear a song? Boom. Alright. Okay, I had somebody request it earlier, and I feel like we need to do it again today because I haven't done it on stream in a while. Thunderstruck. That was something somebody mentioned the other day, and I hadn't done it on stream. I don't think ever, but everybody knows this part, so we'll play that. My fingers aren't as nimble as they used to be. Something like that. I don't know. The ending is the hardest part. That's sort of Thunderstruck anyway. You guys probably want a real song though, like something substantial. Um, I'm interested in buying a shopping stall at Spawn. It's been a while since we've done a shop. Um, what are you wanting to buy an actual shop, like a build, or do you want or do you want like one of the small stalls that exist already? Teach me how to build. Oh shoot. I don't know how to play that one very well. Let me listen to it. I could probably figure it out. Just give me a second. I don't I don't know Avid well enough that I can just message him and say, "Hey, can you show me the chords for teach me how to build?" Called up my friend. Called up my friends. The best builders I'm gonna go into spectator just so I don't die. Can you teach me how to mute? I don't know why you hear that. I really don't. Can you teach me how to build? Teach me how to build. Alright. I think that's the right chord. I'm gonna email chat 1, 2 times and sleep because I'm getting up early. That's fair. That is fair. I don't know if I can play that one. I'll figure it out. I'll learn it. I'll learn it for you, Swifty. But if you want a different Avid song, I know Alright. And I kind of know It's Okay. It's, we'll do Alright. I know that one. I tried to write you a letter, but the words they came out wrong. The scribbles and scratches on paper, no, I don't think they belong. Part of me wishes I could see you and tell you for myself, but life we know is impossible sometimes. But everything's alright. Hold on tight, 'cause maybe one day know my days are numbered, but that's okay. Let them fall. Just get a couple of more tattoos. Each one of them reminds me of you. Part of me wishes I could see you and tell you for myself. But life we know is impossible sometimes. But everything's alright. Hold on tight, 'cause maybe one day or someday I'll fly free and I'll come home to you. I'll come home to you. I'll come home to you. Home to you. Home to you. There you go. There's a song. Is it good by any means? My playing and singing? No. But because you asked, ask and ye shall receive. Pretty neat, but can you do a backflip? I've tried. It didn't go well, but I did try. Let me catch up here on chat. What did you say? Do you have a Fortnite? No, I don't have Fortnite. Of the ages ago, stop this madness. Madness cannot be stopped. You're pretty much good. I'm also taking classes. Nice. Yeah, I used to take a class. I had a music teacher. He taught me just about everything he knew how to teach me, so that I could start teaching myself. And so now I just play by ear usually. Well, in the case of that song there, I actually did play that by ear. The guy that wrote it and plays it, Avid MC, he he's not well known enough that somebody else has already gone through the effort of tabbing it out. So I've been trying to kind of learn his stuff by playing by ear, and it's been a lot of fun. I really want to learn how to play Bright Side that he does, because it's a really fun song. Here's the reason I have nightmares. That's crazy. Can you teach me how to mew? Hi, getting up early. I'm Admiral. The other reply of it, I don't know. What part of the country do you live in? I live in the eastern side of the United States, near the East Coast, sort of. I'm in EST time zone though. If there's a will, there's a way, and a boy, do I have will. That's crazy. Straight vibe king, that was the best I've heard in a while. Well, I appreciate that. I feel like I do a much better job with Till Kingdom Come by Coldplay, but we just played that yesterday. We did play Alright as well, but I didn't do it justice, and I'm still not able to do it justice. I don't know what I'm doing, but I just can't seem to get it. Avid is really cool though. He doesn't need me to do this, and he definitely didn't ask me to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. If you guys haven't already, you need to go watch Avid at some point. He streams on Twitch and on YouTube. go follow him. He's amazing. He's really, really cool. He's actually getting ready to play an MCC live at TwitchCon in Europe in front of like 30,000 people on the main stage. I remember watching him before he got into MCC Rising and being able to see. I was late to the party by then still, but seeing him like just do what he's done in the last year has been insane. He's really, really cool. He deserves all the support, really. I'm gonna have to sleep, and I'll try to catch up next stream. Night King. All right, good night, Sammy. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. I'll hopefully catch you again very, very soon. But if not, we'll see you eventually, I'm sure. But I hope you get plenty of rest. Okay, I need to work on the tree, but I don't have any leaves. So we're gonna put down these leaves that I do have. And then I'm going to probably have to farm some tree leaves for a little bit. Boop. Oh, I see. There's a slight issue. I need single layer. There we go. Okay. I have thought about something. Some of these leaves are kind of floating, and it makes it a pain to get to. I'm kind of thinking about maybe getting out some netherrack so that I can use that as my temp block, which will definitely help me lay out everything. At least that's my thought process anyway. I don't know if it's a good thought process, but it'll at least stand out enough that I can get to it and break it down if it's not the right block. Okay, we got a couple of blocks here. Aha, there's a few over here that I just, for some reason, did not place. I wish it were easier to farm massive amounts of oak leaves, but as far as I'm aware, there's no way to actually farm it automatically, especially, which is really what I need, is an auto leaf farm, because if I didn't have to spend my time grinding out leaves, we could just spend time placing our leaves, and it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But it is what it is. My face is gonna be super messy because of this ice cream. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna stop. Why would I stop? Alright, we're going up. We're gonna place... I'm gonna just skip those. We'll move on to this level here. Boop. Okay, let's see. What have I been up to today? I'm trying to think. I was supposed to get a lot of work done, and I just really didn't. And I feel bad about it, because I've been trying to really get ahead of things so that I can... so that I can focus on everything that I've got going on, because there's a lot. There's a lot. I mean... you know... How in depth is this conversation gonna get? I need to go this way. So, I really want to... I've got a lot of side projects. And I need to try to condense down everything, and I don't know how. My hope is as soon as I get Stardew done, that'll give me extra time. But it's really tough, because every time I sit down to get stuff done, I have a very limited capacity where that stuff actually is getting done. And that's partially and really mostly due to the fact that your brain can only do so many tasks at one time before it needs time to reset and refresh. And my brain hits that limit really, really, really quickly, especially in recent time, because I am doing way too much. So you take 5 streams a week plus plus trying to do 2 videos a week and working on a video game and trying to get a job and somehow failing at that, but there's not like anything that I can control about it, like genuinely. I mean, I guess I could go be a waiter. We've talked about that. I could go talk to the waitress at Cracker Barrel. She'll get me in with the jobs. And then like you take all of that and you throw it in a pot. And that's what my life is. Is that a bad thing? Not necessarily. But it gets very stressful very quickly. Because all I'm trying to do at this point is just get enough sleep every night. Because I don't want to go back to not sleeping. That was not fun. Reg, can I ask a favor? Yes, absolutely. What's up? You're so cute. No, you. Hi, ISO. Isu? Oh, come on in. But yeah, there's a lot going on all the time. And so it makes it so that I probably don't spend as much time as I'd like to on other things. I am trying to get better about it. It's just, it's a process. Something's got to give is the theory. And it's a scary theory. Because I don't know what's going to give. And I don't know what I can do to reduce my workload, realistically, at this point. Other than just straight up saying I'm not gonna do some things anymore. Which doesn't sound fun. You know, I want to do YouTube videos. I want to make, I want to do streams. I want to make my video game. That all takes time. About the only places I could cut are the one stream that I want to keep doing, which is Stardew. But once Stardew's done, I'm getting rid of Wednesday streams, so that'll give me an extra day. But what really is going? I need a poison potato. I got you. Let me go grab one. I should have one somewhere. If I don't, I can farm one. I'll just go to farm it. I can get one. Surely that gave me a poison potato, right? No. Really? That's actually kind of crazy. Okay. We'll replant those, I guess. But yeah, something's got to give, is the theory, and what gives, I don't know. So right now, it's kind of like, there's certain things that are priorities, and then I'm sticking with those priorities until they're done. At least in their current state, so that I can leave it on good terms. And that's intentionally ominous, but I don't know how else to say that without it being concerning. But, you know, sometimes you have commitments that you make. And, I intend to fulfill all of those commitments. It's gonna suck, but it is what it is. I think, quite honestly, there's a couple ways it goes. One thing I'm intending to do is we're gonna take a little break from King SMP between seasons. In the past, we've had like a month break, which is really nice. And I was intending to do that this time around too, and then do some smaller seasons. But I'm thinking right now, we're actually going to take a longer break from King SMP when this season ends. It's not going to be just a month. We'll probably do a couple months, which will give me time to work on other things for a little bit. And then, when that happens, we'll kick into the next season after I'm a little bit more caught up and ready to actually work on King SMP and give it my all. Because I feel bad. King SMP really... part of it is my fault in terms of it dying, but part of it really wasn't in my control either, so I don't know. I don't know, I'm hesitant to point the finger at anybody. It wasn't any one person's fault, it was just a little bit of everything all at the same time. Do I seriously not have any poisoned potatoes? I don't. Okay, well, let me go back. And I'll use my bone meal, and we'll just bone meal a couple of potatoes until they drop. Okay. I thought it dropped one that time. It's all good, you don't have to do that for me? Nah, it's all good. It won't take me long, probably. I say that, it shouldn't take me long. Potatoes sometimes are a little crazy, though. And they don't drop any poisonous potatoes, apparently. Thank you, what a gentleman. I try to be. I don't know. It's not something I'd expect other people to do for me, but it's something I would definitely appreciate if somebody else did for me. Earlier today, I was watching a stream, and it was for Twitch SMP. So I was able to get on the server, and I actually did get on the server so that I could get a couple of screenshots for a thumbnail. But when I was on there, the streamer... one of the streamers was asking for some green concrete powder. And I was like, you know, I would really appreciate if somebody got me green concrete powder. So I'm gonna go get her some green concrete powder. And so I just did that really quick, and I didn't even do it for credit. I didn't tell her it was me until she started questioning it, and I felt like she was questioning it too much, and I didn't want her to take her focus off her stream. So I kind of told her it was me, but yeah, just dropping off items when somebody asks for it goes a long way. I wonder if it's because I'm using Fortune. I don't know. But I really do try to do things for people to just to give them a little smile on their face, even if it's nothing like crazy, you know. You don't have to change their life, but just that little push. My gosh. I don't remember these potatoes being so rare. What the heck? Surely we would have gotten one by now, right? Well, I'm trying to complete a quest. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. I'll see what I can do for ya. These potatoes seem to be pretty rare, apparently. Okay, I'm gonna quickly sip on. Okay. Okay. This ain't Twitch. I'm on Twitch and YouTube now. It's free and surprisingly lucrative. All I gotta do is just press the go live button on 2 different platforms and boom. I'm everywhere. No one can escape me. Oh no, Reg, what? What's up? What's up, Cozy? Hey, I got one. I got it. I got the poison potato. I'm gonna be honest. I don't need these potatoes. Like, at all. Ouch. Unless you need them, Cozy, I'm gonna throw them out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna throw them out if you don't need them. I have a sort of camp at spawn. Okay. I'll head over there once I sleep. And I say literally can't hear you. I'm at work. Ah, no worries. Ouch. Come on, go. There we go. If you want to leave them there, yeah, I'll hop over there in a second. Let me sleep. It's a 2% chance. That would have. We got pretty lucky then. I mean, that's 2% is pretty bad. 1 in 50. We probably were right around there. Spawn. Okay. You said you have a camp at spawn. Iron beacon on top of the mountain. I think I want to create a tower or sort of cabin. Okay. I see you here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna leave it in the chest here with the phantom membrane. I'm also, you were littering. You dropped your furnace and your wooden hoe. So that's back in there. Oh, very nice, very nice. You got a nice, nice little setup here. I can actually fly back home from here too. I should probably do that. Whoops, nah, you're good, you're good. I don't think you really wanted your wooden hoe anyway, and the furnace may have been an incident. I can't wait. Oh, dude, we're gonna have so much fun with the next couple of King SMP seasons. They're gonna be very minuscule seasons, but they're gonna be fun. For my quest, probably. I've been grinding? Heck yeah. Love to see it. I need to go, well, I probably shouldn't have flown all the way here. We need to go to Stronghold, and we need to repair everything. Also, Zoe the Zookeeper was not loading in. Mildly concerning. Okay, let's go this way. So, one of the ideas I'm toying around with for the next season of King SMP, and I'm curious what you guys would think about this, is maybe doing a Hermitcraft permit office sort of deal. We kind of talked about it before, but the reason we didn't do it was because at the time we didn't need it. Also, this farm needs fixed. The carpets have been broken. But maybe doing something where you give people a permit to sell items in the shopping area, and every couple of months what we'll do is we will create more permits, so you can still compete with people, but you're gonna have to wait a couple of months before it allows you to do that again. It also ensures that people don't get decision paralysis when they're trying to come up with a shop design, because they only can do so many shops at once. They're not even really supposed to be able to break those carpets. How many do we need? I'll just creative mode them, honestly. They're not supposed to be able to be broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 / Minecraft give me carpet. Now we'll do black. 5. Okay. Dang it. That's tough to get in there on time. There we go. Okay. I don't know how to use the quest shards. I've got 10. It's broken, and it's very unlikely that we'll be able to fix it, sadly, but you used to be able to go to an NPC in spawn, and I'll go and show you guys. It may be broken, and they may have disappeared again. But there used to be NPCs, and I think he's still here, actually. But you used to be able to talk to these guys, and it broke. And so we can't talk to them anymore. And there's supposed to be a menu that pops up, and it gives you, like, this shop, and then you can buy items from them. We were just going to do away with the custom items, so that you could come up here still and buy the names, but I couldn't even fix that. So there's, like, some stuff that you just can't buy anymore. We're gonna redo a lot of this system for the next season, because it was cool, but it got away from the vanilla idea that I really wanted to go with. And I really do miss that. I like the server as it is right now, but next season we're gonna push really hard to make it extra vanilla. Very much so that we may even go as far as removing teleports to a certain extent. We'll still have warps so that you can get to the important areas quickly, but encouraging nether travel ideally is kind of something that I'd like to do, because I feel like that's part of the joy of Minecraft, is those little moments. I don't think next server will be it, but I'd like the server to eventually reach a point where I feel like we could leave it on forever and do a quote-unquote forever world. But it's really hard to do that with public servers because unless that's the explicitly stated clear goal of the server from day one and you're not building towards it, it's hard to sell people on it because they know the server will end at some point. And so if they get behind even a little bit, you run the risk of them not being interested in playing at all. Like, whenever somebody joins the stream and says, hey, how long has the server been going for? And you tell them 3.5 years, they suddenly go very, very, very quiet. So it's one of those things. I really want to find some ways to encourage us to play long term on this world, because I do want King SMP to be unique, and I want it to have a community to it that doesn't rely exclusively on me. That's the thing. People only get online when I'm online usually, which is okay. I expect that. I do expect that there's probably going to be more people interested in when I'm online than when I'm off, but ideally, we get to a point where this world is okay without me as well. Oh, the start of a server where nobody has Elytra and they get horses or make paths. Yes, yes, that's so fun. I used to resent when server owners would keep the end closed super long, but I kind of get it now. You know, I was all about building big, but it's about maintaining your player base, and sometimes that's about extending the early game a little bit. Me join world you? You want to join my world? If you do !IP in the chat, it'll get you all the information you need. In fact, I'll go ahead and do it for you here. Boop. Okay. What am I doing? I came here for a reason, I think. But I don't remember. Let's go to the village. And let's clean up my inventory a little bit here. Okay. Also, I just now saw, I've been DM'd a couple of times. I need to check those out really quick. Also, I was online all day today. I meant to hop on because I was going to do some off-camera work on the tree. Or at least getting leaves. But I ended up being really busy with some other things. But I really wanted to be on at least an hour or two before stream. So I really wanted to... not have to do leaf farming on stream, because it's so boring. It's such a boring task, but it's a necessary task. See, you could have just flown to your base. Exactly. I literally live that way spawn by 500 blocks. Yeah, 600 blocks. That way spawn. But because I've gotten so accustomed to being able to TP, it ruins a little bit of the game. Rockets are so much less valuable. Rockets, like, you need them if you're building a big base and you need to fly from point to point, but it removes an aspect of the game. The challenge is gone. There is, like, zero challenge with TPs. I'll definitely keep graves, because I do think they play an important role for community servers anyway. But I really do believe that doing away with TPs would probably help a lot, in my opinion. Is this on preview? No, we are playing on a Java Bedrock crossplay world. It's my viewer joinable server. If you'd like to join, you're more than welcome to. If you do !IP in the chat, it will give you all the information you need. Reg, I'm sorry for ranting, but I have a bone to pick with you. Oh boy. What's up? What's up? Why did I get efficiency 10 shears? I swear they are the same. Wool. I believe it's for wool. I don't remember why in specific he added it, but yeah, it's literally the same as leaves if you were using them on leaves. But for wool, it's really, really nice. That was an addition from my admin, Unreal, when he was working on Quest. Okay. I'm kind of wondering... I don't know how many of you guys have been following the Minecraft updates. I really, 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 really want that new button that they added for constant music. It's so good for streams, because I don't play any background tunes. It's just too much of a hassle for me to worry about. But I really want 1.21.6 to come out so that I have access to that button, and then we don't have to worry about tunes ever. It's always playing music in Minecraft. But the problem I'm running into is some people still haven't even gotten their servers to update to this version. The one I'm on right now, 1.21.5. As I'm running it right now, I am running on experimental versions of plugins. I am running very, very, very experimental versions of some server software that I need to update again. I'm running... Some plugins never updated to a certain point, so I had to try to update them myself, which required me to uncompile and then recompile other plugins, which was a whole ordeal. There's a lot that goes on with it, unfortunately. But I really want the happy ghast for one. I think that's going to be a fantastic feature for community SMPs especially. But I also think it's just a fun update because of the music stuff. Like, I love it. It's perfect for people like me who want to stream Minecraft, but we need just a little bit more music. Come on. In the next season, you guys should add simple voice chat. I would like to. I think it would be really cool. My biggest concern right now, honestly, is just moderating it. And then also... also the fact that Bedrock players wouldn't be able to participate in that way. But that's also kind of just one of those things. Sometimes we gotta look at it and go, it is what it is. And you know, I'm not gonna hold Java back from something because Bedrock can't. But like I said, it is very hard to moderate is the other thing. And unfortunately, we do have some people in the server, or have had people in the server before, that choose to be difficult and choose to break rules consistently. But it is a fun idea, and I would like to do it, because and this would be, I think we would do it especially if the SMP ever went to an application-based system. So you had to apply to join, and then we would do waves. Because then we could kind of moderate it, but I don't know if we'll be able to go there or not. It's just a hope. I'm sorry, Greg, I gotta go. I'm sleepy. No worries, Cozy. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it, and hopefully you get plenty of rest tonight. Thanks for popping in, though. It was good seeing you again. Let me go ahead and snack here. Oh, the sun's still in the sky. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'm sorry. My head is like in 10 different places right now. So thank you, you two. It's been a good week or so. That's good. Or I'm sorry. I thought you said it has been a good week. I just realized what you meant. It's been a little bit, yeah. Well, it's always good seeing you. And I'm happy to see you when we do. I don't want anybody to ever feel like they're obligated to come in and see me. I'm not like your grandparents in the nursing home who you should go see. You know, I'm not. I'm just this random guy on the internet who sometimes on occasion makes some funny comments. So I appreciate it. Boop. Okay. Right there. I'm gonna try to speedrun this. If I had easy place, and I could turn it on, but I really don't want to. I haven't really decided how I feel about easy place. Part of me kind of says it's fine to use. But another part of me really also says that it's cheating for me to use, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Have a treat. Is that okay if I use the ice cream as my candy? Just because there's a lot here and it's gonna melt. It has candy in it. It's got like some Reese's chunks and some Reese's Pieces as well. So I mean, like, it does have candy. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm gonna... Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Cozy. You've been wonderful. That's gonna be such a mess. And you know what? That's okay. That's A-okay. Happy to hear it. I don't want to leave now. Well, if you're sleepy, you should go to bed. I'm not beyond timing people out for not going to bed. I have done that on occasion. Because I've been there before. Where I stay up way too late. You guys ever wonder how my brain got so bad? I used to not sleep very much. I really actually do want to kind of make a video about that. I may. I need to work on a couple of videos that kind of tie into that central idea. But it's always good to take care of yourself, so. Okay. Good night, Cozy. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Get some rest. Boop. It is very, very dark. I'm gonna have to sleep here in a second. Speaking of sleeping, this is not at all connected. Well, it kind of is. In my game, which has sleeping, I don't know why it made me feel like I needed to mention it, but I did. It's just a segue. A segue that I absolutely butchered because I brought attention to the segue. But, the game I'm working on, Omnia, it's got its own sleeping system. And right now what I'm thinking it's going to do, because I don't want to force the player to sleep. A lot of games, you know, they have energy bars, and they have this, and they have that. And it's a fun mechanic at times, but I don't want the player to feel like they have to manage hunger, thirst, and sleep. You know, that's not something I particularly want to do. So I think I'm going to take a very Minecraft approach to it. But I'm actually going to I'm going to try to simplify it even more. See, Minecraft, they have a hunger bar. And if your hunger bar goes below a certain point, you can't sprint. On top of that, if it goes below a certain point, you're not going to naturally heal. I think I like that idea. However, I'm not going to even lock sprinting behind it necessarily. And I'm not going to make it so that if you don't eat for too long that it starts to kill you. But I am going to make it so that, I am going to make it that if you don't eat for a while, you won't be able to sprint as long. It'll give you like a 30-second sprint length or whatever, but after you run out, then it has to recharge. But if you have eaten, then it will let you sprint infinitely. So there's a heavy boost for eating. And also it'll give you natural regeneration if you're eating. But if your hunger bar hits 0, it's not going to kill you, kind of deal. Now, if we get to a point where people are requesting a survival mode, you better bet we're going to add one. I mean, I do truly believe that realism is fun to a certain extent, and if some people really enjoy that extra challenge, I'm all for adding it. But a part of the base game, I don't think we're going to have to worry about that necessarily. Boop. That is so touch, yes. Okay, good. But yeah, I'm really excited about my game right now. I haven't gotten to work on it a ton the last few days. I've been mostly doing the branding side and trying to get some business stuff settled behind the scenes so that it is functional to a certain extent. Because I want everything to be consistent. I want the brand identity to be consistent. I want, I really want the, what do you call it? Dang it, I can't remember. I want... uh-oh. My brain just quit working. Well, you know, it's fine. It's fine. It probably wasn't that important anyway. Although, that being said, I feel like every time I've ever said that, it was probably, like, my most important idea ever, and I just never got it out. I'll remember tomorrow, and it'll be, like, something that really probably should have been documented. But it's okay. Okay, we're just gonna try to get this layer done, then we'll work on some pathways for a little bit. I don't think I mentioned this earlier, but I kind of mentioned it to some of the guys that I was in call with earlier. My best guess right now is tonight's stream is going to be on the shorter side. Not because I don't want to stream, but because I am tired. Very, very, very tired. And, I've got a lot of things I should be doing anyway. One thing that I've been wanting to get done is the channel trailer for the game studio that I have formed around myself, which is a whole other conversation. Is it weird? I feel like it comes off narcissistic, but I promise you it didn't stem from that place. But is it weird to name a studio after yourself? Like, I don't know. I was inspired, you know. You got, like, Concerned Ape and Toby Fox. You know, those two are very well-known names within the indie dev industry. So I didn't think it was that weird to name a group after me, especially when you got games that are like Sid Meier's Civ. You have Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. You know, even in the AAA world, there are game titles that have the creator's name in it, and so I felt like that was okay for me to do, but I don't know, I felt like it kind of came off a little bit narcissistic, maybe. I don't know. Technically speaking, it's still a one-man studio. I'm not employing anyone, not formally. It's kind of commission-based work is kind of what I feel like we're probably going to end up doing with that. And then there will be collaborative studios and such, but it looks, I could understand how some people would look at that and go, like, yeah, he's full of himself. And I kind of am. I'm always full of myself. It's a character flaw. But, you know, at least I can recognize it, I guess. Maybe. Maybe it's not a good thing that I recognize it and I do nothing about it. That's not it. It's you. Boop. There's a lot of leaves to place. I didn't realize just how many were on this level. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, I am now out of leaves. Let me grab another bite here. Why am I getting pings? What happened? Oh. That's funny. That's really, really, really funny. If you guys aren't in my Discord channel, or Discord server, you wouldn't see this, so I'm gonna tell you. There's some people in there that have added me, done a little at King Ragnog, and they were telling me congratulations on 800 subscribers, which I forgot I hit. By the way, guys, I hit 800 subscribers yesterday on YouTube. Fantastic, absolutely crazy to me. But that happened. And we really didn't do anything about it. I kind of announced something on Discord that I was going to do a Q&A. I promised one. And then that was that. Well, I've been congratulated 3 times, and instead of it being just congratulations, it was congratulations on 800 subscribers. Then somebody else said, disregard your 800 subscribers. And then somebody just added me and said 800 subscribers. It's beautiful. It's very, very beautiful. I love my community so much. I wouldn't be surprised if I go in there and there's a 4th one tonight. Okay, also ads are going to be starting on the Twitch side in about 30 seconds. When that happens, there's a link in chat that posts, and it takes you directly to my YouTube live stream, which does not have any link or any ads. So you can stay there for a little bit and chill until the ads are over on Twitch, and then you could go back. Because I still like you guys watching where you're at. I don't want you to swap to any one platform. Even though I love having extra watch time on the YouTube side so that I can get a little closer to having access to some of the really cool features that they've barred me from, like channel redirects and um uh and memberships and having the ability to put links in your iCards and things like that, you know. I really love those things, and we don't have access to them until we get a certain amount of watch time on the channel. So I'm going to keep pushing for it, but I ultimately want you guys to stay where you're at. Like, if you like watching on Twitch, watch on Twitch, because I still want my Twitch channel to do well. If you like watching on YouTube, stay on YouTube. I want my YouTube channel to do well. Ultimately, I want you to be where you're most comfortable at. If you like having channel points and interacting with the stream, Twitch is a great place. If you like being on YouTube where you have the ability to go watch anything and everything that you could ever want, stay there. It's great. There's no ads on it right now. It's phenomenal. Okay, we're gonna go over here. It's been really weird. Can I talk about that? I can talk about that, yeah. It's been really weird. The last couple of months, and I kind of mentioned this, to the guys I was talking to earlier. We were kind of talking briefly about YouTube, and I said the best time to start YouTube is right now. And like that's really classic YouTube advice, you know. It's perfect advice for anything. If you wait to start, you'll never start. You need to start now. But genuinely, the best time to start YouTube is right now. Because you never know what it's gonna do. I've been streaming and making videos for just about 4 years now. We're coming up on 4 soon, in a couple months. And nothing happened for the longest time. Like, I think I hit 500 subs last year, like a year ago. And before that, I don't even think I hit 400 for a while. So, you know, it had been very slow going when things were going. It usually was chronically slow, too. I had a banger video maybe once a year. And I kept making videos, I kept trying, and I kept doing new things. And, you know, at certain times I would sort of give up. I'd turn over and, you know, I would just go back to doing the same old. But over the last month, just the last 28 days alone, I earned over 300 subscribers in one 28-day period. Which is more than what I've gotten in a couple of the years that I've been on YouTube, which is insane. And it throws me off because like I feel like, you know, the best time to start YouTube is right now. Because if I didn't start back then, I would still be where I was back then. You know, I'd still be very slow. Things are making sense. I've suddenly met people who have been able to teach me a lot and have been able to kind of help me understand a little bit more about the YouTube stuff. What happened? Okay. My ping went up. I'm fine on stream side though. This is weird. Something very weird is going on. My ping is not 333. There it goes. Yeah. Give me a second. I think I have an idea of what's going on here, but I just gotta double check it. Fun fact, I'm not actually tier blue. What? I still don't have access to my control panel on my server. That's concerning. What? I'm sorry, what? Jorby? Okay, I don't know why my ping is so high. I've got an idea, I just can't check. I can't get into my server control panels. I don't know. I don't know. I can't get in there to look and see what's wrong. I may have to reach out to their customer service team just to see if they can help me, because it's busted right now. I've not been able to get into my control panel for months. Every time I need in there, it's kind of like an emergency thing. Like, I have time right then, so it does me no good to go ask them for help. Because I wouldn't have time when they finally do help me. So I just always forget to ask. Okay, it was only one. I don't know if you guys heard that. There was a gunshot. My heart sank for a second. I was like, okay. One? Just one? It was only one. Okay. I live out in the middle of nowhere. That's a perfectly fine thing to hear. We gave each other access to our accounts for real. Oh, nice. Oh, there's another one. Okay. It's probably still nothing. Somebody may just be out target practicing. You're not technically supposed to do that where I live, in your front yard or backyard, but again, I live in the middle of nowhere, so who's gonna stop them? It's not that big of a deal to me. It's just, it's a little different to what I'm used to living at. You guys probably are hearing all the sounds of my city right now. Oh my goodness. What would be a cool alliance name for a duo that can basically swap bodies at will? I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really, really good question. I'm trying to think. The Soul Traders? That's solid. That's a solid name. I'd say that's a pretty good go-to. I approve. Okay, we need over here. I'm gonna just use stone as my placeholder block. I should be able to see it well enough. And it's not that big of a deal if I lose it. I've got so much stone and I have a stone farm, so it's really not a big deal if it falls. Bloodsire is just here with no context, is what I'm saying. Man. Okay. go over here. We got some work to do. Work to do and no time to do it. Or something like that. I can just get... How many more layers do we have? It's... Oh, I pressed the wrong key, that's why. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. When's the last big layer? Probably really right about there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I forgot I spawned a mega sheep at I forgot I spawned a mega sheep over at Bonsai Grove. Just for the lulz, you know. I could, so therefore I did. No regrets or something like that. Boop. Those there. Crap, that's the wrong block. Okay. I found a Minecraft Java stream. Yes, yes indeed. How are you doing, nobody? Welcome on in. Yep, I play Java Edition, but I do have a server that has both Bedrock and Java compatibility. Look south. South. See that's east, so that's south. That way. I think. North, okay, north from the big tree, gotcha. South? South from the big tree? Perhaps? Let me, climb up it really quick. Did you all climb trees when you were kids? It used to be like a really big thing when I was a kid. We used to stream on, or stream, sorry. We used to climb trees all the time, but we don't. I don't really see many people climbing trees ever anymore. Bedrock and Java, yes. I have a plugin called Geyser and Floodgate. I don't see you. I don't see you. Am I so high that I can't see you, maybe? This is south, right? I think it says so. Ah, I see. Hello. What would happen if you put a data pack in it? I actually do have data packs. It runs just fine. As long as it's handled by the server, then everything runs just fine. If it requires like a mod on your client side, then Bedrock can't run. But yeah, yeah, we have a plugin that allows Java and Bedrock to play together. It runs off of all Java mechanics. So like you have Java PvP, Java Redstone, Java everything. So things like data pack, data packs are great. And so one example I can show you right now actually is we have fast leaf decay, which is a data pack from Vanilla Tweaks. There's mods and plugins for it, but I like the Vanilla Tweaks data packs. It just works more optimized in my opinion. So that's great. We have more mob heads, some other similar things like that. Where are you guys? I am just off of spawn. If you go west of spawn, you'd run into me, but I don't know if it would really do you much good to be over here in all honesty. I have claimed a massive area just working on my base. I need to really try to start finishing things. Bonsai, I started before we added Bonsai Grove. I started way back before we even had outposts. We didn't have the outposts initially when we launched the server. And we just finished Bonsai recently, actually. But I can actually go over there. Whoops. Outpost Bonsai. Whoop. And just like that, I'm here. I really don't like that Minecraft is trying to make everything Bedrock. I fear Java will get replaced one day. I think if that ever does happen, Bedrock will be more like Java. The thing is, there's no reason for them to axe Java until there's a reason for players to play Bedrock more. But there's not enough capability for Bedrock to support the creator space that makes Minecraft what it is. Without the content creators playing Minecraft would die. Think about it. Like, I can't tell you any kid that plays Minecraft right now that doesn't watch at least some amount of Minecraft content. Even if it's I'm gonna probably insult some people by saying this, but even if it's the crappy Monster School animations that are coming out nowadays, you know, I think it's pretty clear that the creator space very much is what Mojang and Microsoft owe their success to. Beyond that, there's a lot of developers who exclusively work on Java Edition. So unless they're really okay with just axing that whole department and working towards axing that whole department, it's not smart. As it is right now, Bedrock is becoming more and more like Java, rather than the other way around, I feel like. But they are pushing Bedrock heavily because... And it makes sense. Honestly, if Bedrock were exactly like Java, but just had crossplay, I would play Bedrock. But they don't have the modding capabilities. They don't have the... it's not nearly as stable. It's more optimized, but it's not as... It's much more buggy than Java. And... it doesn't necessarily look the same either, in my opinion. Hello, Floof. Welcome on in. How are you doing today? I fear Java will get replaced one day. I think they said it at one point in time, but I think they kind of went back on this. They were saying that they wanted to get Minecraft to a point where the players could sustain the development. And so essentially what that meant was they were trying to make the modding API so accessible that the players could basically build their own updates easily. Which is something that is pretty achievable in Java Edition. However, the API is not there. Not for Mojang, anyway. You have several modding APIs out there that are pretty good, but an officially supported Mojang API would be amazing. Bedrock is actually really close on that front because of behavior packs and add-ons and such. However, the creators that have gotten their hands on that kit have, instead of spending time building those updates that Mojang has envisioned, they've turned to making it a money pit, which is great for them. I'm glad they found a way to make money, but they make so many un-Minecraft-like things that they're trying to make Minecraft into something it's not, which is why I really don't like the marketplace, in all honesty, is there's just so much junk on there. To make the tree fade quickly, you could just blast the random tick speed. You could, but that would also make all of your crops grow really fast as well. So it's really nice for just the leaves. Let's see, whenever I play Minecraft, I like putting a lot of mods. And I feel like if Java got replaced, Java players would do a revolution or something. Oh, absolutely. You'd see what happens with what used to happen with the, the mob vote. You're just gonna see players make the update themselves. And then you'll see probably one branch of that grouping, especially, say, we're gonna just collaborate on this and make one version of the game. And so they'll have Java revitalized or Java renewed, whatever it's called. And people will just keep posting updates for Minecraft for Java Edition if they ever did get rid of it. And I mean, I don't usually mod a whole lot. Like, I use shaders, but that's going to become a vanilla thing pretty soon. I use Flashback, which is a better replay mod. I use some different performance mods, but I wouldn't need those if Java Edition was more optimized. I use a mod called Sounds, but I don't really enjoy actual feature mods usually, because I feel like they do take away from the Minecraft feel that I enjoy personally. But I do understand that Java Edition is so much better for modability purposes and in terms of quality of mods, in my opinion. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good as well. I got like nothing done today, but I'm here for it. When I played Bedrock, it felt kind of janky. That's fair. It's a lot better now than what it was, but a lot of its jank comes from the fact that it runs as a server on every world you play, even single-player worlds. So it there is a lot of there's some lag there, which is what causes a lot of the issues. Minecraft indeed. Hello, Rajab. How you doing? And Hyper Issue. Hello, hi. If you'd like to join the server, you could do !IP in the chat. It'll get you all the information you need. Is it free to upload stuff in there? The marketplace? No. I looked into it at one point because I really wanted to put a couple of my world downloads up on there so that people could download them. But in order to even get on the store, you have to have a business license, and then you have to apply to join the Mojang or the Microsoft Marketplace Partnership Program or something like that. And then you had to go through all of their checks, and they had a very strict set of rules that they were enforcing, at least when I looked. And so it's not free for anybody to post up there, and I think Mojang or Microsoft doesn't take a cut from it. They take their cut when you buy the mine coins, similar to how Twitch takes the cut when you buy bits. So all the coins go to the creator, I believe, but I don't know if you can make items go on the store for free or if that's a certain deal that you have to make with Microsoft. I don't know. I feel like if Mojang felt like they could do one big update per week, considering... I feel like if Mojang felt like they could do one big update per week, considering what the mod community is capable of, they could. The problem is they have a lot of red tape. Microsoft has a lot of rules, for one, about how much they're allowed to change and when. And, you know, ultimately that's who's funding them and deciding that we do get updates. And they also have to maintain some amount of optimization. So, they have to make sure that the game does run smoothly, where people who mod the game, they can do it in like 10 minutes. You know, they can make 10 different mobs, whatever. That's really easy. But they do have a much easier task in that, because they don't have to make sure that it doesn't drop the frames on certain devices, because they're a modder. Like, who's gonna yell at the guy that modded in the mob vote mobs if it doesn't work? Like, it's like, okay, your mod didn't work, that's too bad. Or more so, if it doesn't work on a GTX 1660 NVIDIA card for some reason, but it works on all the others, most people don't care. Most people will be just like, okay, well, that's just the problem with mods. But if Mojang did that, there'd be a whole lot of issues. People would be up in arms because their device isn't working with the new Minecraft update. As it was, there was a lot of backlash when they stopped supporting a subsection of phones for Pocket Edition. There were a lot of angry people over that, which, I mean, to be fair, I think that was a horse jockey, maybe? Skeleton jockey? Maybe? No? No. Okay. It felt very close. I thought it was. I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. When I was a little kid and my father gave me a little laptop, then I got to play Spawn mod for the first time. I kind of fell in love with Minecraft modding. That's fair. I've tried to get into it, but there's just too much for me to learn, and then I get really burnt out with the, like, tech mods. Those aren't my favorite. But if I could find, and I actually want to start building mods for the game at some point, because I have some really sick update concepts that I think would be great for Minecraft. Because I've been playing Minecraft for 12, almost 13 years. Since 2012. So I guess, yeah, that would have been about 13 years ago. But I don't remember if I guess I probably got it at the end of the year. So it's been 12 and a half years. So I feel like I have a good understanding of what would make a good Minecraft update. But there's a lot of other projects I've got going on, so I haven't gotten into that scene. But as long as it doesn't... I like vanilla feeling mods, so things that don't change anything a whole lot. I mean, just up until recently, one mod that I used a lot was the Falling Leaf mod, which, as you can see, is this. However, that got added to vanilla in 1.21.5, so I don't use that mod anymore. Sorry, I can't join right now. No worries. Have you played Cracker's Witherstorm mod? I have not. No. I would love to find a way to make the Witherstorm in Minecraft and it still maintain its vanilla feel. And I feel like there's a way we could do it, but I just don't know. I don't know what that would look like yet, but I really want another boss in Minecraft, but it has to have a reason. And that's the tough part with Minecraft in specific. having been in the community, I know how they react to things, and so you put something useless in the game, and they go up in arms about it. It's crazy. When polar bears were added, people were like, why are the polar bears not able to do anything? This is insane. People are begging for a purpose for poisonous potatoes. And a lot of people have claimed that the warden is useless. It has no use, and that's kind of the point. It's not supposed to be killed anyway, but people still kill it and treat it as if it's a boss, but it's not. It's a guard. I mean, I guess, like, to be fair, the guardians at Ocean Monuments, they're guardians, you know, they guard the Ocean Monument, but the Ocean Monument itself is actually useless. The Elder Guardians and the Guardians, they're kind of, they have some drops that are kind of nice, but outside of sponges, the occasional sponge room, you don't even get them every structure. The Ocean Monument is actually relatively pretty useless. The drops from the mobs, though, those are pretty nice. I love myself some Prismarine. Let's see. Also, I want to catch up on chat. What's your favorite Minecraft mod? Iris. That's how I have these beautiful shaders right here. Iris and Sodium. Lovely combo. I know a lot of people love Optifine, but I've moved on from Optifine. I can't do it anymore. They're unfortunately really slow, and quite honestly, it's no longer optimized, which is what the goal of Optifine was. I found there was more and more bugs every time I updated it, so I finally moved on to Sodium, and I love it. Sodium is so nice. What's Iris? I can actually pull up the exact description for Iris. It is a modern shaders mod for Minecraft intended to be compatible with existing Optifine shader packs. So that's what lets me have this pack or this pack whenever it loads. It takes a quick second. This. And it's just like Optifine in that regards, but it works so good. I have not had like any issues with Iris, and I've been using it for probably about a year or two now, I think. I make mods using Creator. I've never used it before, but I've heard a lot of people mention it. I'll have to look into it though. Definitely. Modding is decently easy in my opinion, as long as there isn't like 4 million people in chat. That's true. That is true. I know you were talking about Twitch modding. That's true. In all honesty, I most of the time am only, when I'm modding for myself, it's just me. I actually don't think I really have any active mods besides Admiral. And even then, he's usually busy now, so it's usually just me. And there's been talks about having more moderators in chat, but I just really don't need them. Like, if I do anytime soon, it's gonna be for YouTube chat. That's the only place I foresee myself really needing to get another moderator involved. And that's just because it's a pain in the butt to moderate YouTube chat. Sometimes it gets really busy there. But I'm also very, very, very attentive to chat. I'm reading chat constantly. If I were doing a lot more collaborations, or there were a lot of moments where I couldn't be sitting there reading chat, I would want a moderator. If I was really involved in lore, that's another thing. But I don't really do much lore yet. There is some possibilities there, but I won't say much else. Wrong type of modding. I wasn't paying attention. Nah, it's all good, Coral. All good. Hello, Panda. Welcome on in. Don't have driver's ed today, by the way, so I just won't look away. Hey, let's go. Hopefully, driver's ed hasn't been too terrible. I feel like Mojang does not want there to be a lot of updates, so the updates don't lose their rarity and they become some sort of event. My point is that since Minecraft updates are rare, they are treated like some event and people get really excited about them. If Mojang actually locked in and did a ton of updates, which they have the potential to, the updates would lose this event feeling. I don't know. I feel like you're sort of right there. The problem is, though, like, they just changed their update release schedule to being, like, the game drops, which it looks like they're going to be doing 4 a year, because we're just about to get our next one with the Happy Gas. But, and I mean, like, if you look at all the features they've added just within the last couple of game drops, it's about 1 full update in size. We're just getting it every quarter instead of every, once a year, which is really nice. The game drops have been really cool, actually. I understand some people's frustration with it, but I'm enjoying it. Like, let's see, so Armored Paws was the first game drop. That was released just about a year ago. That gave us armadillos and wolf armor. Not my thing, but that's something some people really like, so I respect it. I think that was also when they gave us bundles, if I'm not mistaken. We've got, they had the winter drop. What is it called? Pale Garden. The Pale Garden update, top tier. I know a lot of people, again, really didn't like it. A lot of people haven't really even messed with the features, but Pale Oak is such a beautiful wood type. The creaking, while it's not like the most unique mob in the world, I still really enjoy it. I think the community has ignored it for some reason, but there's a lot of technical possibilities there. Same, resin is amazing. I do love the resin blocks. I just haven't messed with them enough to put them in my builds, but I do like it. And then the most recent game drop, Spring to Life, I love it for this one reason right here. Look at that beautiful thing. All these leaf particles, oh my goodness. Is that not amazing? I don't know. I think that's great. And then the little wildflowers on the ground, the yellow ones, and then the leaf clutter. I love those. And then the most recent game drop, which is a little underwhelming, I will admit. It has been very underwhelming feature-wise, but I think for a summer update, it's actually enough because they've been doing a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, which is what we're not seeing with these game drops, is what they're doing behind the scenes. They're working on getting us our built-in shaders for Bedrock and Java, and they actually have added colored lighting into Minecraft because of some of those back-end changes, which we're not going to get immediately in the game, but we have access to them through some like data pack and command trickery, which is amazing. I'm absolutely in love with the game drop concept because it means we don't have to wait a full year for those small technical things to show up. And it gives us a kind of a clear idea of where they're going with things. Because I can bet you a lot of money that Mojang isn't only working on game drops right now. There's probably a team working on a big update that we're not able to see yet. And it also gives them time to really focus down and get things done that they needed to get done, but weren't good enough to throw into one update. For example, mob variants. I know that's not everybody's favorite, but that is a thing, mob variants. It's a little bit of immersion, and it adds some extra life to the overworld. Because that's the problem right now. The overworld is very much kind of... It's very much same old, same old. So the more variation they add to it, the more alive it feels, and the hope would be that it brings some amount of finality to the overworld in the sense of all the old features have been updated. They're brought up to par with recent updates. Like, I don't know how many of you guys remember, but Minecraft pre 1.13 did not look like this at all. And this isn't even the amazing part of Oceans. Like, this is actually a relatively boring part of the Oceans. But it used to be way worse than this. It was literally just gravel and sand and some patches of dirt. And now, like, you know, there's all this life. There's fish that actually swim around. And, oh yeah, you'd see an occasional squid. That was a thing. Drowned weren't a thing yet. So we didn't have tridents. But they brought a whole new world to the ocean. There wasn't really any underwater structures either. There was just ocean monuments. So they added like 2-3 different structures for underwater, which is amazing. And then, you know, of course, all the life that's down there. That's great. That's amazing. So I really do believe that they're trying to bring the rest of the overworld up to that. That is what everything should feel like. If we want to go a step farther than that, let's go over to the Nether, and I mean, I can show you guys over there exactly where we're trying to go. / warps. Community areas, or spawn. I also need to read chat. I'm sorry. That's my point of view as someone who is more in the modding community than the vanilla community. That's fair. Not gonna lie, it's been boring. Sometimes it's really, some of the stuff is interesting, but because how my brain learns content, it is really hard to pay attention, and not on top of being super tired, it's just generally feeling like I don't care. It's been difficult. That's fair. That's very fair. I mean, just get Alex mobs. That adds like 140 mobs. But why should we have to rely on mods for something that should be in vanilla? I mean, like, yeah, I see your point. It adds 140 mobs. Mojang could do that, but I mean, as it is right now, people complain no matter how many mobs Mojang adds if they don't have a use. You don't have that issue with a mod because people just go, don't download the mod. But if it's an update, then it has to serve some amount of purpose for everybody to not send death threats to Mojang. So here's the Nether. I could not imagine the Nether... Well, I know what the Nether looked like before this. But I could not imagine the Nether not being like this anymore. We didn't have the redwood. We didn't have these particle effects. We didn't have the soul sand over there. We didn't have blue fire. We didn't have the warped wood, which isn't over here, but it's somewhere. It was just a whole load of netherrack. That's all. That's literally it. Netherrack and then glowstone. And it also looked really ugly. Again, this was another really big controversy, but it looked really, 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 really ugly. And I'll just prove it to you guys. It looked something like that. And like that. It was charming in its own sort of way, but it was not really, They brought it up to speed. They refreshed the textures, which is amazing. Also, I need to snooze the ads. We're not gonna go into those just yet. I want to finish this topic first. Like, that is so much better. And it's just red cobblestone. That's, like, literally, I'm pretty sure all it is red cobblestone. But it looks so much better than the other netherrack. And again, all the technical things that happened behind this. This was a really good update. But they only had to focus on one dimension, which already didn't have anything. And so I think that's part of the interesting thing. Thank you for the follow, nobody. I appreciate it. We're used to updates that change boring things. So they went into the oceans, which were one thing, and they turned it into 5 things, where they added new structures and different sub-biomes, and they added some new mobs. Okay? They went to the Nether, which had one thing, one singular biome, and Nether fortresses. And they went in, they added, let's see, bastions and ruined portals. And did they add another structure? No. But they also added, let's see, Crimson Forest, Warp Forest, Basalt Delta, Soul Sand Valley. They added 4 new biomes. They quadrupled their biome count. Like, in all fairness, Mojang can't do that to the overworld. They can't quadruple their biome count. They can't add 4 times the amount of mobs to reach that same level that we would see it as, because it's just not possible. There's already, what, 50 something. Oh, I forgot they killed each other. That's actually really cool. Watch this guy give me a skull. Boop. Nope. Okay. Well, I'm going home. So, like, that's the thing. And, like, Caves and Cliffs, this is where I think Mojang really learned that they couldn't do it. They promised so much and they weren't able to get it all out. And I don't think that means they shouldn't have tried to keep getting things out in that scale. But I think they truly realized if they wanted to update the overworld, they needed to take it in smaller chunks. And they've done a really good job at that, in my opinion. I mean, they basically did the same thing they did with the Nether. They added some small sub-biomes underground. They added the Warden, of course, which is a beautiful mob. And, maybe it's not, like, the greatest thing because they did split it into 2. But the caves, they took a lot of time updating. I mean, we got an additional 64 blocks below, and we got an additional 64 up. Like, that's a game changer in terms of updates right there. Hey, Ava, welcome on in. Sad book, huh? Dang. Hello, Harley. Welcome in. Okay, let me catch up on chat. I do want to read your points. I started playing Minecraft in 1.12.2, so 1.13 was the first update I experienced. Okay, I see. Also, to your point about the Mojang being able to add that in 4 hours, they can. The problem is you have bloat when it comes to companies. Mojang has, like, what is it, hundreds of employees. So some of those work on Java, some of those work on Bedrock. Let's just say, let's be, like, really conservative with our number here and say they have 100 people on the Java team, which I know it's more than that, or it should be. So you've got some of your executives who are in charge of, like, making decisions. This is your Jeb, this is your Lady Agnes, your Lydia Winters, people like that who are in charge of overseeing the game and making sure it doesn't lose its spark. They're your leads. Their job is to make sure everybody else does their job. So you've probably got, that's probably 5% of your workforce right there is tied up in management and leads. You've got your financial team who doesn't work on the game at all. They just make sure that taxes are being filed, that bills are being paid, that their workers are getting paid. When you're getting told about employees, you're not getting the breakdown on how many people are actually working on the game. That's more so my point here. You've got your artists who don't code, they just make the art. That's all their job is. So they spent a lot of time making art for that last game drop for the mob variants and making new sounds for the blocks. And they implemented a new system that they could use in future updates. But they've been rewriting a lot of the backend stuff for Java as well. For lighting, for the new vibrant visuals. They've been redoing a lot of the backend stuff so that we have more capabilities with data packs and with even modding to a certain extent. Redoing all of the MBT data to be components. As annoying as that was for people who are into modding, it is actually like a amazing change. It does a similar job, but it has a lot less limitations with it. But yes, absolutely. I do agree. If we don't take into account how their employee split is, and even if we did take into account of that, some employees work so fast that they get their work done quickly and they have time to mess with concepts, but I wonder how many things end up in their vault. That's my really big question. How many things got shot down because they didn't fit the scope of what Mojang wanted? I do believe they could make way more mob variants than what they did. Although I don't think I would have wanted more. I feel like the hot and cold variant was enough. We don't need like hot, cold, temperate, hot 2, cold 2, temperate 2, you know? I feel like they could have done more variants in other forms, but I feel like they started small with that intentionally. Let's see. And again, this is another thing. Dog variants was something people were asking for, so I feel like somebody probably in the higher up end said if we do dog variants, we need to do cow variants, chicken variants, pig variants, so on and so forth. The law of equivalency doesn't always apply, but sometimes people in charge think it does, and so they do it. It's stupid, but that's true. Look at Hollywood. I probably shouldn't have said that. Felt amazing entering PlayStation Edition and seeing fish. Yes, absolutely. I used to play on the 360. I didn't get to play 360 when Update Aquatic was out. I was on Java by then, but it was truly breathtaking seeing all that. You made a good point, since I know Mojang does not want to add real-life animals that you have to kill or something. Yeah, that whole reasoning is a whole load of crap, but that's the reasoning they gave for sharks, which is so dumb. And partially why we didn't get fireflies, because the frogs would eat fireflies, and it kills them in real life. Only some kill the frogs, but I don't know why they didn't just change that. Whatever. We got our fireflies still. We did. It's just we got them in a different way. And probably in a better way, too, in all honesty. Fireflies acting as an actual mob would have been a nightmare, and we wouldn't have gotten the real effect that we wanted. My thing with Mojang was always me seeing what modders can do and seeing what Mojang does. That's fair. That's fair. It was very simple, and since I started seeing mods, I thought about that. A good point is that mod is optional. Minecraft updates need to make sense. Yeah. I would definitely agree. If you look at it at face value, especially, it's like, okay, Mojang adds 1 mob for every 3 mobs. Maybe not even that. 1 mob for every 5 mobs that a modder adds. But there's so much thought that has to go into that 1 mob that Mojang does. Mostly with things like going to... They'll go all the way back and go to a country and record sounds for the llamas or the pandas, and they'll talk to researchers to understand how they move. Like, for example, camels. It's the small things we don't pay attention to, but I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I think we have a camel over here, right? If not, I will summon a camel. Actually, you know what? How in the world? Somebody brought a panda all the way here. Okay, that's kind of funny. I have a pet. I can just pull in a camel pet. Okay. Well, I'll show you on the sniffer. I can show you there. For some reason, the camel pet is broken. So, the sniffer, if I could get it to walk. It's not really walking. Okay, the game is broken. That's fine. But camels, they walk in a certain way. And Mojang took that small detail that no other mob in the game walks that way. Except the sniffer. The sniffer does, but it also has 6 legs, which is unique. And they took that time to add that small little feature that most people probably wouldn't know, but it's realistic, and it's that small attention to detail where a modder doesn't go and do all that research necessarily. They might. Some of them do, and I respect them for it. But they don't go out and sample sounds from a camel. They don't go talk to researchers about this. They don't consult with the team about what's fun in gameplay for the general player base versus what's realism. Because they don't have to. They just add whatever they think is cool, which is fine. But it does sometimes lead to issues where it's not Minecrafty to a certain extent. Minecrafty. That's like a very subjective term. Star Wars reference? Oh, absolutely. We love some Star Wars here. The updates are focused on making the game more complete rather than adding a ton of new content. Yes. And once it's more complete, I believe they will start focusing on adding new content, but they're going to make sure that they actually complete that content so that we don't have things like the end, where in 1.9 they did the combat update, which was, in my opinion, a pretty solid update, but it's kind of half-baked if we're honest, which is why we have combat snapshots that haven't been worked on in like a year or two. But the end is also like, we had end cities and chorus fruit and a whole end expansion, but they never did anything else with it. It's an incomplete area. Where I feel like how do I say this? It's like, I don't know, it's a stupid thought, never mind. I think the Minecraft community is fine as it is, because if you just want a lot of stuff, you get mods, but if you just want a normal experience, you play it. The Mojang updates are fine because of the existence of mods. Yes, I would say so. I would say so. I'm reading The Sunrise of the Reaping, if you know, you know. Oh, is that the new Hunger Games book? Is it good? I can't wait till the movie comes out. I know I'm such a bad Hunger Games fan. I don't read, but I can't get myself to read books. I've tried. But the new movie, from what I've heard about the book, it's going to make a really sick movie. Since we can't see the back end, the updates may seem simple. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Well, I mean, for example, we didn't know they were going to be adding shaders to vanilla Minecraft. And so that's like one of their big things that they've been working on in this last snapshot, or this last update cycle for 1.21.6. Gosh, I really hope they move to 1.21 or 1.22. I'm getting so tired of adding points and trying to remember what number we're on. But those, like, those small changes where it was kind of like, okay, why are you doing that? Why are you optimizing this weird thing? They're trying to keep the game super accessible to all players, but they're also like adding these really obscure things behind the scenes that we know nothing about. And then they show up randomly at Minecraft Live and they say, oh, by the way, we've been working on this in the background and you guys may have noticed, but nobody noticed. And it's like really, really cool seeing that. Now, Java doesn't have an actual playable feature to test it with yet, but Bedrock does. And it's coming along there. It's still very, very rudimentary. I actually did I was going to do a video on it and then I kind of quit midway through because I felt like it was going to be a boring video. So I didn't want to make it about that because I felt like everybody else had already talked about it at that point. But, that's something that we don't see. And I think once they get some of those bigger things done that are about kind of making the game more cohesive and so you don't feel like you need the mods like this. Once they add vibrant visuals, I may not even use shader packs. I'll just use the vibrant visuals in the default game, in all honesty. Ads. But that's like one thing for me. It's like that would be perfect. That would be beautiful, those shaders. I like the small stuff that they add. So I just looked back at that Birch Forest concept art, and honestly, I get the feeling the Spring to Life sort of was a recreation of that. Even some of the bubbly beauty that was within the art is going to be recreated with vibrant visuals. Yes. Yeah, looking back at the Birch Forest concept art, you can see, like, they added the fallen trees from Bedrock Edition. They added some leaf clutter and some different environmental elements that were, like, really really unnecessary, but they were beautiful nonetheless. The only thing that we didn't get were like mushrooms that hang on the walls, like some sort of mushroom moss. That would have been the last piece of the puzzle there, and it would have literally probably been a recreation of the Birch Forest concept art. That update really felt like an apology to me in a lot of ways that the community just didn't understand. And I don't blame them for not understanding, because Mojang didn't want to point out their failure in the past, because they already admitted failure at one point, and the community hated them for it. Why bring up an old wound? But at the same time, I feel like if Mojang said, "Hey, this is our version of that update," I think people would have been a lot more apt to receive it a little bit better. And like you said, yes, the vibrant visuals, that bubbly beauty kind of deal, it's gonna be sick. I'm excited for it. I try to look at the best of what Mojang is doing as well. Why didn't it take me to the village? Take me to the village. Thank you. I want to sleep. I can't see. Mojang has a lot of rules so they don't get canceled or something, or that they think they get bad reputation. Don't read that up. Mojang cares about things that most of the players won't notice. Yeah, I would tend to agree with most of that, yes. There are some things that they did well, and I think they looked at what the community praised them for and misunderstood it. For example, one thing that happened was parrots were in the game, and they made it so originally you could feed parrots cookies, and it would, that's how you would tame them and breed them. Well, it came out that parrots were extremely allergic to chocolate. In fact, it's toxic to them. And so they changed it. The community praised Mojang for doing that. It was a good idea. It was very important because you could easily see how a little boy might look at their parrot in real life and go, oh, I'll give him a cookie just like Minecraft, not knowing that that's toxic. I can get that. But in the case of, like, let's say frogs and fireflies, well, frogs and fireflies, one, nobody is going to be feeding their frog fireflies. Two, you could have just made frogs not eat fireflies in the game. And if they did, it would kill them. Just like in Minecraft, if you try to feed a parrot a cookie, it kills them. You could have done any number of things, but you did a knee-jerk reaction and decided against it. Which was a dumb thing to do when you announced it. You definitely did your research, but you probably said, nobody would do this. And then somebody probably said something about it in a comment section, and you felt like you had to do something about it. I don't know. That's my point of view on the fireflies. I think that was so stupid the way they handled that initially. Although I think it worked out for the best. It was very stupid. But let's say something more like sharks, which is one that was really big and very controversial. The problem that they were running into there was what they were saying anyway was sharks really aren't they're not supposed to be scary. They're not actually that. They're not going to hurt humans in most cases. They only do it if they feel threatened or if they're extremely, extremely hungry. So Mojang didn't want to make a shark that was hostile. But they also didn't want kids to feel like they could just run up to a shark, which I don't know how many kids really get the opportunity to run up to a shark, but okay, let's follow that line of reasoning, I guess. Well, they didn't want that to happen because they knew that the shark would feel threatened, so why didn't they do a baby or a parent polar bear situation where if you got too close to it, it would attack you or something like that? But otherwise, it was a friendly mob. Although I guess that's kind of what hostile mobs are now. I don't know. Maybe do it an ocelot way where if you're gently coming up to it, but still that leads up to the same sort of issue that they're running into. I don't know. I don't know what the correct way to deal with that would be. But I feel like they were oversensitive in some of those things because they did get praise from the players. Welcome on in, Raiders. Let me get you some shout-outs here. And I will read through all your messages really quick, nobody. Slash shout out Zendex. You guys already be sure to follow Zendex. They were last seen playing the first Berserker Kazan. I'm not familiar with that game. Could you tell us a little bit about it? Let's see, you don't remember probably, but let me tell you, you're cool. You think I'm cool? I appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and catch up on chat really fast. Okay. Pretty much because modders are random dudes that think Minecraft lacks content, so they don't do a bunch of stuff, and not multi-billion-dollar companies that calculate everything. That's fair. I like the cooldown combat because it causes variety. Exactly. Thank you. Having heavier and slower weapons is a cool thing. I agree. I don't know if you ever played around with their their combat snapshots, but I actually really like how they're implementing some things there. Also, we hit 1,400 followers. Nobody, you pushed me over to that point. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, dude. Having heavier and slower weapons. It's so good. I'm glad to hear it, Ava. I'm gonna have to check it out. Or I won't read. I may look to see if there's an audiobook or something. I haven't done an audiobook before. I don't like using shaders because I really like the normal Minecraft feeling, and because most of my time my computer is terrible. That's fair. I have always enjoyed shaders personally, and I like how these ones look with the bubbly clouds. But I can definitely understand how for some people this is not enjoyable. I do enjoy how Vibrant Visuals has turned out for the most part so far. It feels Minecrafty enough to me, and it's still very optional as well. I'm crying. Haymitch is for real so sweet, and it's making me cry. I'm 40 pages in, and I've cried 3 times already. Oh no. Sounds like it's gonna be a tearjerker of a movie too. Oh boy. But now that I can use them, I still don't use shaders because they kind of remove the Minecraft texture feeling. That's fair. That's very fair. Adding your YouTube link when an ad plays is genius, at least to me, because I've never seen this. I actually stole it from one of my friends, Kitrix Live. I don't know when she's coming back, but when she does, we'll have to send you guys her way sometime, because she is like me, but better. Gotta go. Alright, sounds good, Ava. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Mojang as a corporation wants to keep their reputation. That's pretty much why they won't do the real-life animals thing. I think it's stupid. It is. The cookie thing is totally reasonable. Yeah, I definitely agree. 100%. I'm gonna leave. See ya, guys. Alright, sounds good, nobody. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you very much. Thanks for hanging out. And I will catch you again in the future, I'm sure. Oh, man, I'm reading. How happy you looked. I raid and run. Wish you a fun stream. Thank you very much again. I appreciate the raid. It was unexpected, and I'm very appreciative. Thank you for the lurk, though. I appreciate ya. Let's see. Dakota, welcome on in. Can you join? Absolutely. Everybody's able to join. If you do !IP in the chat, it'll get you all the information you need, and you can join the server. How long have we been live for? 2 hours, 30 minutes? Okay, we can definitely do another 30 at minimum. But yeah, I really enjoy I just enjoy Minecraft. I've reached a point with my time with Minecraft and Mojang that, like, it's not so much what they add that I'm not too picky about what they add. You know, I got the game for free, or not for free, basically for free at this point. I mean, I've been playing for how long? 13 years. And I bought the game for 30 bucks on PC. That's 27, really. And I got 2 versions of it, but for all intents and purposes, I bought it for 30 bucks. Now, I've owned several versions, but most people don't need to buy all the versions I bought. I just really enjoyed Minecraft that much. So for $30 over the course of 13 years, that is $2.31 per year. Now, you divide that by 12, that's 19 cents a month. Like, not to mention the amount of time I've played Minecraft, too. Just on this world alone, I've got 5.11 days of sneak time. That's just sneak time. Real life days. 5 days of sneak time. Walking around like this, in this one world that I've had for, what, 3 years? 2 years? Time. I've played on this one world 62.26 days. If that tells you anything, in the course of 2 years of having this world, I have played 62 days of Minecraft. Divide that by 2.5. We'll say 2.5 years because we're getting closer to that. That's on average 24.8 days per year. And I definitely used to play it a lot more, too. This is me giving you a very, very conservative number. But let's say I've been playing this consistently for 13 years, which I have been playing Minecraft for roughly 13 years. I've almost have a year of playtime in Minecraft. 322.4 days in my time just playing Minecraft. And I definitely have more than this. That's me being very conservative with my estimates because of my playtime dropping in recent time just due to the fact that I've been busy. Like, for all intents and purposes, I have gotten Minecraft basically free. The price I paid was next to nothing for the amount of enjoyment I've gotten. Mojang has no motive to keep making updates for Java because it makes them no money off of me. But you know what? I don't care. I really appreciate what they've done. And I don't care that they make mobs that sometimes are purely made just for marketing purposes so that they can get money off of plushie sales. Like, Again, I got Minecraft basically free. It's why I don't mind that the Minecraft movie was so heavily merchandised. You know, Steve. Why? I would totally buy a bunch of Minecraft merch if I had the extra money just to support Minecraft more. I would have a whole closet full of Minecraft related stuff just to say thank you for what they've done. I genuinely just love this game. And it's a huge inspiration for the game I'm working on. Because it's Minecraft has given me everything except what my game has to offer that makes it unique, and that's because no game has ever done what I'm doing. So Minecraft, like, I owe a lot to Minecraft. I really do. I really, really, really do. And I don't know if I'll ever get the chance to say thank you to the people who have made it what it is today. But I don't know if I'll get a chance to thank, you know, King B Dogs for making the most terrifying experience I've ever had in Minecraft. If you guys haven't seen it before, my first time going up against the Warden was the most hilarious thing ever. I think I still have a command for ! Warden. Usually pops it up. I don't know if I'll get a chance to thank Notch for creating the game in the first place. Like, regardless of all the things he's said and done, he created my childhood. And I don't know if I'll get a chance to say thank you to Jeb for continuing that vision. Or making silly jokes like adding toilets to Minecraft and making me think of what all the possible ways I would update Minecraft. I don't know if I'll get to say thank you to those people, but I really would love to, because, man, they gave me a game that never in a million years would I think I'd be sitting here telling everybody how good of a game it is. All for free. Like, I've never had that experience with anything before. It was mostly a one-time purchase. Like I said, I bought a couple different editions of Minecraft. I owned an Xbox 360 copy. I owned an Xbox One copy. I owned a Wii U copy of the game. And I bought Java. But outside of that, like, you know, I really haven't bought multiple Java accounts. I haven't bought multiple of one edition. I only did that because I really loved Minecraft, and for some of it I needed a upgrade in order to keep playing. And in the case of Java, I just knew I wanted Java because I knew it was better. Better than console, even though I liked console. And console had some things going for it. I knew ultimately I needed to be on Java where things were even greater. Man, I'm sorry. You guys didn't ask me to get, like, really passionate about Minecraft or anything, but you got it. I'm sorry. It's just genuinely a good game. Something I genuinely care about, and probably always will. I don't know what to follow up with that. I guess to cap that all off, that's what I really hope to put into my game those feelings into my players who, when they play the game, their core gaming memories are formed around it, you know? I'm not trying to make a buttload of money, I'm just trying to make one good game. And you know, a buttload of money would be really nice, but there's more to life than money, and that more would be satisfaction. The satisfaction of seeing something that you created in somebody else's hands with that amount of care. Sounds super satisfying. Hello, Goat. Welcome on in. How are you doing? Hello, hello. Okay, I'm going to silk touch these leaves here because we have plenty of saplings. I'm good. Would you mind answering 7 questions? Sure, what are they? I got you. I probably have an answer to all 7. More than likely. All questions are appropriate, non-personal, and follow chat rules. Okay. I'm down. I'm down. Key him. I feel like I'm about to have a trick question somewhere in here. What 5 words describe you best? Ooh. Oh, okay. Passionate, creative, caring, positive, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one. I only got 4. Picking a 5th is really hard. Maybe... I feel like loving kind of goes in there with caring, kind of, but I don't know. I don't know if I could, like, legitimately pick that. I don't know. What's one memory you would relive? Okay, that's a tough one. I have an answer, but I'm not allowed to say it on stream. Not... that makes it sound awful. It's not a bad thing, it's just something I can't talk about yet. But I would relive that one. But, a better answer that actually you can, that I'm allowed to talk about would be probably the first time I played Minecraft, because I didn't know what I was gonna stumble into, and if I could go back to that moment and just soak it all in and remember it, that would be amazing. The other thing is something I remember very fondly, and I go back to it all the time, but I'd love to go back there and just be back in that moment. I can't tell you what that moment was for reasons. Horror animal would you have as a pet? Ooh. That's a really good question. I'm assuming any animal? Any animal? Oh, okay. That's a good question. I'm not a huge pet person. Not because I don't like pets, but because of travel reasons. But let's assume travel isn't an issue here. Preferably not a common pet, I see. Okay. I think, like, a wolf or a tiger or a panther would be amazing. A wolf is a little close to a dog, though. And like a tiger would be close to a cat, sort of, but I would say it's different enough just due to size alone. But it's not uncommon for people to have big dogs, so I would say a wolf probably wouldn't work. Oh, animals, fictional animals and creatures as well. In that case, a dragon. A dragon 100%. All the way. Ever since I watched How to Train Your Dragon, I always was like, man, I really want a dragon. And I stand by that, okay? I love dragons so much. What is the food that takes you back to a good time? Okay. Cheeseburgers. Now, before you make fun of me, you need to understand. I'm not talking about just any kind of cheeseburger. This was a cheeseburger served at Walt Disney World. And it was, it's called the OMG Burger. And it's at Raglan Road in Disney Springs at Florida. So, it was a burger. It was like a half pound, I believe, with a whiskey barbecue sauce on it with a puck of Dublin Irish cheese. Then, on top of that, it also had, I believe, onion straws, which were really good. I don't usually love onion straws, but I loved those. And they also had... What was it? There was another thing on there that I really liked, and I can't remember what it was. Shoot. I don't remember, but it was such a good burger. It was cooked at medium. It was just the perfect red within there. It was really more pink, but it was just perfect. That food takes me back. I've been there 2 times, but the second time was just as good as the first, and it made me think of when I went with my mom for the first time, and I wasn't with my mom that time. 6, if you were a Minecraft block, what would you be? I know my worth. I'm a dirt block. No, if I were a Minecraft block, I would be iron. And the reason for that is I'm strong. And I don't mean physically, but I am strong mental. You guys have heard me mentally. I'm strong emotionally. And I'm a good platform for people to stand on when they need to. But when you heat me up and you throw me under pressure, I change shape. I'm not unreliable, but I do bend. I do change form. I don't break. I don't burn out. I'm still me. I'm just a little flexible. I'm an iron block. What's your favorite nostalgia game? Is it bad to say Minecraft? I don't know. Minecraft was one of my first games that I really took in, and I genuinely do feel super passionate about it. But if I can't pick Minecraft because I do play it still today, cannot say the gamer string. Dang it. Okay, fair enough. It would either be... Oh, that's tough. There's a couple of games it could be, but I think ultimately my nostalgic game would be the original Star Wars Battlefront 2. But I don't think I could ever go back to playing it, and here's why. I remember playing it with my brothers. On the PlayStation 2, we had this big ol' CRTV, and we sat there on our bedroom floor playing it for hours and hours and hours. My older brother would absolutely destroy me, and we'd play a lot together. And then my younger brother, I would absolutely destroy him, and then he got good at the game, And so it was actually fair matches, and we would do Galactic Conquest. And I was a master at strategy for the longest time, and so I was really good at that. It would have to be Star Wars Battlefront 2, but I like I said, I don't think I can ever go back and play it because it wasn't so much the game, it was the time. The time that I had in that game was fun. Playing with your brothers is just it's a different experience. And it's not one I usually get to have very much anymore. Even Admiral and I don't really get to play games anymore. My older brothers and I don't play really anything either. It's something I do miss, but I probably won't get back. So if I could go back to that, that's another thing. One memory I would love to relive is that. My history let us watch How to Train Your Dragon in class. What? That's awesome! I mean, to be fair, there is like some amount of historical legitimacy to that movie. They did a really good job with those being historically accurate while still being completely and totally fantasy inspired. The question's over? Oh, okay. Well, thank you for the questions. I appreciate them. It gave me some time to think. Gave me a lot of time to think about that stuff that I haven't really thought about in forever. I low-key can't have cheeseburger buns. Oh, I'm sorry. I love burgers. And I love oh, what is it? I love well, my brain just died. Sorry. This is an evolving list of questions, and every question is from a different streamer. Oh, I see. Okay. You must kill one question and replace it with your own. Okay. That's tough. I'm gonna kill the pronoun question, not because I hate them, but because I feel like that's so basic. And I am going to replace it with... if you could do... how do I phrase this question? I want to phrase it correctly. One is untouchable? Okay. Dang it. It's there so I don't get banned? You get banned if it's not there? Dang. Okay. That's fair. Let me think then. Well, here's the question I want to ask. If you could do anything right now, it's really two questions, the problem. You get banned by starting with a random question? Really? I've never banned anybody for that. That's stupid if somebody's banning you for that. I'm sorry. My question is somewhat along the lines of, like, you could do anything at all right now, what would you do? But it's a much deeper question than what face value is, because a lot of people would say, oh, go get ice cream, or, you know, like, genuinely anything at all. If you could, you know, If I could go do anything right now, I couldn't tell you what I'd go do, but it's something that I would really, really, really want to do. And quite honestly, there's nothing I can do to chase that. But some people can chase it, and they should. And that's a question I think everybody should ask themselves is what is something that you want to do, and what is one step you could do to chase that? I got banned for asking, do you like deep dish pizza? That's insane. It's hard to get banned unless it's bots. That's true. You're streamer number 42. I've been banned 5 times. That's crazy. Wow. Okay, well, I will take away... I really like question 3, and I like question 2. I'm gonna take away the food question. Question 5. As much as I do like food, there's more to life than food, and it does create some good stories about the way it was phrased, but I feel like... Or maybe not. The Minecraft block question is too basic. I take it back. I'm taking away Minecraft blocks. Sorry. Sorry to change it up on you. I feel like that question is so hyper specific, and most people probably answer it initially the way I did, where it's just like, oh, I'm a dirt block, I know my worth, ha ha ha, or I'm a diamond block. You know, I don't... If I were to sit down and ask somebody a couple of questions, that's not one of them. Would you like to lock it? If you could do anything, what would it be? And what's one step you could take right now? Yes. Yes, please. I hope that helps somebody get one step closer to fulfilling their dream. I really do, because some dreams can be fulfilled if you just take that one step. There's one more thing, okay? What's up? I'm a little bit scared. This is it's gonna be something like you're on MTV's Pranked, and you've just been pranked, and I'm like, oh no. I was sent here and you must send me to someone else? Okay. Can I ask who sent you? Is that okay? I would love to know, yeah. Actually, I would. Because this was a lot of fun. If I could stop flying, that would be really nice. I'll pull up Twitch here in a second just to see who's live so that I can make sure that you can actually go say hello to them. Okay. Ooh. Okay. There's a couple of options here, and I don't know who I would pick. Ash? No way, I was thinking about sending you to Ash. That's awesome. That's really, really cool. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna send you to Ash then. I feel like that would be a little awkward. Okay. It'd be really funny. Play ping pong. I think... he's in the middle of a special kind of stream, but I think it would be fine. Sent to Ash by King Ragnarok. Oh, by Miyamu. Okay. You've been through the Twitch SMP circle a little bit then. Okay. Unfortunately... Yeah, she's asleep. I was gonna say, I would send you to somebody else who was on Twitch SMP today, but... she is asleep right now. Okay, I'll send you to... I got somebody. I think you should go say hello to Featherfetcher, and I'll even fetch you a link. He's a really cool dude, and in my opinion, he is probably one of the most talented streamers out there. I think you'll really enjoy his stream, and I think he'll have some really good answers as well. I think he's self-aware enough that I think some of those questions and answers will get very deep. And I think he'll enjoy it. Thank you for participating. Thank you for including me. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. Thank you. And also thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate that. I don't know how many of you guys remember, but I got ice cream at the beginning of the stream. Like, right at the beginning. It's been here for 3 hours, and I forgot to take, like, any bites. Needless to say, it's a little melted. Have a good stream, and thanks for not banning me. No problem, dude. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Alright, guys. We need to get into gear. We're gonna finish placing all these leaves, and then I'm gonna spend some time... Well... We may save the paths for another day, but I'm gonna try to at least do a small outline where we do some shovel placements or something. I think I'm gonna do a shovel pathway where it's all dirt instead of stone. I don't feel like this is gonna be a good stone pathway. Although it may be a good stone path, I don't know. I'll look up the roads in the Shire from The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, Middle-earth. And I'll take a look at that and see if I can come up with a good road design from that, maybe. But at the very least, I'm going to do a very, very, very basic outline of what it will look like, just so I can hopefully... just so I can hopefully have a good basis for next stream on Monday. I really want to get Hobbit Town, like, really off the ground. Because it's kind of lacking, I'm not gonna lie. I have really slacked off when it comes to this build over here. And I feel like we could do a much better job, so... I'm going to hopefully have at least some idea of where we're going with things. This definitely won't be done by the end of this month, but I do want... I want something noticeable done by the end of this month. The tree I started working on has not... it hasn't really been something that's, like, noticeable progress. It's been very, very slow going. Boop. Okay. Gamer, welcome on in. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're just working on my mega build. Right now we're working on a very, very big tree. And unfortunately, it is big. And it is taking a lot of time. But it's gonna look sick once it's done, so... I'm gonna keep up with it. Also, I need to close the window. Give me, like, 2 seconds. Alright, we're good. I had to close it because, we have a lot of smaller bugs, like, gnats and whatever the other small ones are. I can't remember what they are. Is it like can't see 'ems or whatever? I don't remember. Anyway, we have a lot of those smaller bugs, and they get through that screen on the window, and I really don't want them in here, ideally. I'm not, like, scared of gnats, or any small mosquitoes, for that matter. but I don't like living with them, if that makes any sense. So I will get rid of them however I can. Okay, boop. And boop. I am gonna finish this layer out at least, and then we'll move on to the roadways, I think, just for a little bit. Oh yeah. That's a thing. I forgot we need to work on the river. Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be okay. Boop. Okay, there. Mm-hmm. We're actually almost out of leaves. Okay. I'm gonna have to see if I can come up with some sort of, like, automatic leaf farm idea. You know what? I do know. There is a set of unbreakable shears somewhere. I just gotta find them. But if I can find them, I could technically build a automatic tree farm that uses... Are leaves pushable by pistons? If they are, we could build a tree farm that stores the leaves in its own separate little spot, and it pushes them over to the player, who then breaks them with their shears. I mean, I have this Silk Touch hoe, so I guess if we were able to store them in block states, then it wouldn't be too big of a deal. I don't know. Boop. Automatic tree leaves farm. Yeah, I need the leaves. That's all I need. I have a wood farm, and it does great. But all these leaves, they need to go somewhere, and they need to go in my inventory, really. Is that a thing? Hang on, I'm gonna Google it. Automatic leaf farm Minecraft. Most methods used for auto farming anything surrounding woods requires auto clicking. Okay. For quick info, this is the player holding shears to shear the leaves while AFK rather than some kind of block interaction. Somebody does have a version of the farm, but that was from 7 years ago. It looks like there is plenty of leaf farms out there, though. Okay. I'm gonna look into that tonight, because I need one. I really, really, really need one. And it will definitely be beneficial, because I have how many leaves? Material list. I don't know why. It's 17118. It used to work a different way, but I'm just gonna check. Change. No, okay. This is busted and I don't know why. But this is... It's because it's persistent. And the schematic says it's not. Okay, it's a different block state. So I don't know how many leaves I've placed, but I know how many I need. I need roughly 10 shulker boxes full of leaves per... okay, I see. I see. This is, okay. That makes sense. So 10 shulker boxes worth of leaves, which is quite a lot, really. So if I could make an AFK tree farm that lets me get even just 5,000 an hour, or not 5,000 an hour, sorry. 5 shulker boxes an hour, which is like a quarter of what I need, I think.
Hello there.
I'm sorry, I forgot. Thank you for subscribing, gamer. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, we're at 15,000, so it would be a third of what I need if I got 5,000 per hour. Just under, which would be like fine. I could AFK for a couple of hours once a week just to help me make these tree farms or these trees, because I have this one, but I also have I also need to build another tree like somewhere over here, somewhere over there, over here, over here, over here, you know. I need to build a couple of these really big trees, and then there's going to be some smaller ones, and then there's going to be even smaller, and then there's going to be those, like default Minecraft trees, that will help fill in this area and make it more foresty. And you're not even going to be able to recognize this spot once I'm done with it. It's going to be crazy. But it's going to be really hard to do that with my lack of leaves. So I'm hoping that I can kind of get that going at some point soon. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, and I'm just going to make a very, very, very basic outline of where I'm going to want the path to go, just so I'm kind of aware of what I'm doing when I come back. Now this goes out down here and around this way. I don't know. Oh, it's coming here. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that. I thought it was going to go out to where I wanted the bridge, and I don't know if I'm still going to build a bridge over there or not. As much as I think a bridge would be beneficial and that would look cool, I'm not 100% certain if that's something I still want to do or not. That was planned well over a year ago. And yeah, you know, I feel like it's more than fair that I second guess that plan. But once I do this, I can also remove all of the quartz blocks that I've got here, which will give me opportunity to kind of clean up the space a little bit and see what I'm really working with, because there's so much quartz laid out and there's so many frog lights and things like that that I really need to get rid of so that I understand what I'm really going to be building with here. It also helps me understand, because I'm going to have to do some terraforming to make these pathways a little smoother. So I'm hoping that I can kind of smooth them out relatively easy. We'll see. We're going to come over this way. Like over here, yeah, this needs smoothed because it's a little abrupt. This comes up here. Okay, and we're gonna come back around this way. I just want to put that right here. Unfortunately, the person you picked stopped answering at question 4. Dang. What was question? Really? Dang. You've ended the 4 streamer streak? Aw, oh, no. I thought for sure, man. Ah. That's okay. Man, I don't even know if I can recommend anybody outside, like, I can't. Let me see if I got any other options for you. Let me think. I don't really know any of these other people well enough that I could say you could go say hello to them. None of my friends are live right now, actually. Which is very sad. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so up here is where I want my next build to go in this area. Boop. And then back over here. And up. Okay. And I'm thinking, I think I'm still gonna put it there. There's gonna be a diagonal hobbit house here. I've never done a diagonal hobbit house. I've done diagonal houses before. I know a lot of people think they're stupid, but I feel like it's just a flex to be able to build on a diagonal plane. So I'm gonna do it. And nobody can stop me. Okay, so now I'm just gonna come through. I'm gonna remove all this. So now I at least have a basis of where everything's supposed to go. Boop. I get more iron blocks. Wow. Just what I needed. More iron blocks. Some of this is gonna be like really confusing to work with, but it's okay. Lighting this build up is gonna be crazy too. I was kind of thinking about some ways that I could do it. Part of me wanted to like try to find a way to do like some little types of fairies or something like that that would float in the sky, and they would basically be made of like a lantern or end rod or something like that. But I don't think I could get enough of them without it being excessive. And I don't know if I could do something at that small scale that would look correct. So I don't think I'm gonna do that. But I may do firefly bushes, which, as far as I'm aware, won't produce any light, but that will at least add that effect to the area I'm gonna be building in. So I'm gonna try my best. We'll see how it turns out, but we're gonna try. Boop. 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 I'm not ready for that to go up the mountain just yet, but I will. I'll take it down about to there. Yeah, I think that's fair. And once I remove all this quartz, I should be able to see a little bit better with what my vision is here. Boop. 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 Okay. I think this might have it done. Just possibly. At least for now. This is like substantial enough progress today that I'll have something there. But it's not like an insane amount of progress either. I do need to go through and remove like all the grass and such, but that's okay. Ah, okay, this is where the bridge is supposed to go. It's over this way, isn't it? I think. Yeah, that's what that is. It's supposed to be a bridge here. Well, I don't know if I'm still gonna do that, so we'll just leave that alone for now. Oh, that's my schematic. I thought there's a really weird glitch there, and there was, sort of. It was more just the light Matica, though. Okay. Let's take a look at this aerial view here. It's a lot less messy. And you can really tell that there's a plan here now instead of it just being super, super messy, which is good. Man. I mean, we're nowhere near being done. That's for sure. We're nowhere near being. But I think this is a great place for me to leave off for now. I'm going to go into spectator mode, and that'll just protect me from dying. At least for a little bit. Who is live right now? I see. I know who we're gonna say hello to. They recommended us earlier, and I want to go send somebody their way. They may end sooner rather than later. I don't know, but I think they're really cool. So we're gonna go say hello to Ash Tunio. They're amazing. They're pretty cool. Highly recommend. Hop in the raid. Get some free champ points. Meet cool streamer along the way. Hello, Ben. I'm getting ready to wrap up things right now, but it's good to see you, dude. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. But yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I appreciate it. YouTube, you guys are amazing. You're fantastic. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise, okay? I appreciate you guys, every one of you. Twitch, we just hit 1,400 today. YouTube, we hit 800 the other day. I don't know what to do with all this. You guys have been very amazing, though. I appreciate it. I really do. Don't forget you're amazing. I'll see you, hopefully, on Monday when I come back to King SMP. But I'll see y'all very, very soon. Good night, everybody.